Hey, what's up guys and girls? It's Jesse Daly. Welcome back to my channel. I am here in the Caribbean in the US Virgin Islands. It's a beautiful day behind me today on Friday, August 15th, but we do have Hurricane Erin that is going to be approaching the Leeward Islands, and we will receive some impacts even though the core of the storm is expected to pass north of the islands, which is fantastic news. The core is where most of the strong winds, of course, are. This is a look at the 11 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, and we can see that Erin has been upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of approximately 75 miles per hour. We can see, though, which is good news, that the system is moving west-northwest, and it takes that turn northeast of the islands, which is really, really good. Doesn't mean that we're out of the woods in terms of impacts. In fact, you can see the little yellow circled areas. Those are several islands across the Leeward Islands that do have tropical storm watches that are in effect. The U.S. Virgin Islands, where I am, and the British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, as of 11 a.m., we have not been issued a tropical storm watch. But according to the key messages here from the National Hurricane Center, also issued at 11 a.m., it is possible that some of the rain bands could bring some gusty winds, tropical storm force winds to the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And we're also going to get a bunch of rain, at least parts of Puerto Rico and the USVI. We are actually under a flood watch here in the Virgin Islands right now, starting Saturday and lasting until Monday. So we got to keep a close eye on the amount of rain we could get. Currently, it's looking like we'll get around 2 to 4, maybe even 6 inches, could be a little bit higher in some locations. We also will have very choppy seas out there. So if you were planning on going to the beach this weekend, please, my friends, don't do that, or at least just go to hang out maybe on the sand. But going in the water is dangerous. Rip currents are very, very dangerous. So overall, my friends, it's looking like this will pass to the north. I do want to show you, courtesy of tropicaltidbits.com. This is infrared satellite imagery of Hurricane Erin. When we look at infrared satellite imagery, we're looking at the temperature of the tops of clouds. When we see really cold cloud tops, as you can see here, these darker colors, some of the pinks and whites that pop up, those are really high clouds that have built up into the atmosphere, and that is indicative of strong convection and a strong system, typically that is showing signs of intensifying, which, by the way, Erin is expected to intensify into a major hurricane. So we're going to have some impacts, but fortunately, it looks like, and it's not guaranteed because things can change, but it looks like we will be able to avoid a lot of the serious wind because the core of the system is expected to pass north of the islands. And by the way, friends in the Bahamas and the Bermuda, east coast of US, it also is looking like the system will potentially avoid those islands as well. Again, things can change. Keep an eye on the National Hurricane Center, and if you wouldn't mind hitting subscribe on my channel, it would really help me out, and to help get the word out of what's going on. I will be here throughout hurricane season. We have a long way to go in hurricane season. It starts on June 1st, ends on November 30th. So we're only like halfway through. And by the way, the climatological peak of hurricane season is around September 10th. So we still have a ways to go. My friends, stay safe out there, and as always, I will keep an eye on the tropical skies come rain or shine.